Throughout the years, I've gotten better at analyzing how macro factors create pivotal turning points for Bitcoin. My primary expertise has always been in building proprietary quantitative trading strategies and applying technical analysis dispassionately. Drawing on that experience, I have learned when to bet big, but also when to be conservative when it comes to my trading thesis. Now, I have been sounding the alarm bells since December's FOMC hawkish pivot, when I turned from calling for 130,000 Bitcoin in Q1 to my current stance that we are entering into a period of prolonged consolidation, similar to the summer doldrums we experienced following the previous local top in March of 2024. The primary factors behind this pivot, as I have laid out extensively over the last few weeks, include the Fed's hawkish monetary policy, which has led and will continue to lead likely to reduced Bitcoin ETF inflows, declining global liquidity, as many countries have now devalued their currency against the United States dollar, but that reduces the benefit we would normally get from a weaker dollar, and the concerning technical reversal pattern we see forming on Bitcoin's higher time frame charts. Now, on our daily time frame, our indicators are approaching oversold metrics, but we still remain overbought on the weekly time frame. Our best contrarian entries are always going to come when we have confluence between our weekly and daily signals. We are no longer in the up-only, throw caution to the wind environment we were in previously. We're in a situation where downside risk has to be carefully managed, and all trades need to be much more tactical than hopeful. This is the exact type of market phase where a good strategy is necessary, or failing that, patience to sit out until your ideal trading environment returns, unless you like giving money back to the markets. Now, I believe we've hit or are close to a short-term low in Bitcoin's price, and I expect buying pressure to resume, likely carrying into Trump's inauguration. However, as we approach the end of the month and head into January's FOMC, I do expect significant headwinds for Bitcoin and the rest of crypto. Now, on this show, I will continue to serve up the no-nonsense analysis that you have come to expect from me, and when I return to Moon Boy status, you will be the first to know. For now, I want us to focus on protecting our gains, rotating capital into the right narratives, and staying alive until up-only returns. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Crypto Market Update, your daily source for the crypto trader and investor. My name is Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at Cracking Cryptocurrency. Hopefully you guys are doing absolutely fantastic today, wherever you are in the world, however you happen to be tuning into the show. Before we get started, some quick programming notes. We do this show every weekday, usually from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have been a bit off this week. I apologize. I've been under the weather. My daughter's been under the weather. I'm only one man. But regularly, 12 to 2 Central Standard Time. That's 1 to 3 on the Eastern Seaboard. You can watch us on YouTube, Rumble, and X. Please support the work that we're doing by liking and subscribing, dropping a comment below today's video, and sharing this with your friends, your family, hell, even people you don't really like that much. All right? Contribute to the cause. Hopefully you guys are doing good. We've got a really good show for you guys today. In addition, we publish our free to the public alpha report every weekday as well. You can subscribe for free to that newsletter, data-driven research to keep you armed and dangerous. That is the first link in the description. We, of course, syndicate that not only in our newsletter, but you can read it on our free Discord, also in the description, on TradingView, X, and Warpcast. But the email newsletter is the absolute best way to read it. So please go subscribe down below. For those who want to be serious about their performance, we recommend you join the Crypto Trading Academy, where in addition to our free to the public offerings, you'll also have access to my unlocked alpha report featuring all of the information on my trades, my portfolio rotations, altcoin trade setups and theses, access to all of our courses, proprietary indicators and strategies, and much more. Links for that and all of the rest are in the description. Guys, this is the Crypto Market Update. Today is January 10th, 2025. Foul year of our Lord, and let's get cracking. All right, getting the music going and getting everything up. Shout outs to the early chatter, of which Alex is the only one. Congratulations, Alex, the man, the myth, the legend. He who shall be named. All right, starting off with our macro analysis. Bitcoin at the 50th percentile of our market phase so far. Not much has changed. We, of course, do have weekly concerning candles. We'll talk about that when we get to the Bitcoin chart. But overall, this is where we're at. We are not near the cycle high, nor are we near the cycle low. We're right in the middle. Looking at market value to realized value, another indication of where we're at in the market cycle. Again, nowhere near a peak of our take profit level that we've got assigned up here, about 3.3, and nowhere, of course, near anywhere that we've seen previous market cycle highs, 2013, 2017, and of course the 2021 cycle. So Bitcoin volatility, 24-hour volatility relative to 7-day volatility, so short-term relative to medium-term volatility, does remain quite high at 0.53. We, of course, did see this peak out. This is exactly when I told individuals that they should begin scaling out of their shorts. I believe this was 2 days ago. And we have seen a pretty significant reversal in Bitcoin's price since then. Strongest 1-hour rally that we've seen since 2017. Since 2017. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Stablecoin dominance is rejecting from our horizontal level of resistance at approximately 6%. We did have 3 days of upside in this, so 3 days of downside in the markets, and now we are seeing a pretty strong rejection, a decline in this metric of about 2.12%. Daily momentum has not yet turned to the downside, so we still want to be cautious here, but this is tentatively good. We do see that early warning sign, or excuse me, we see this early sign of buyers stepping in and supporting price. Looking at Bitcoin plus stablecoin dominance, this has basically done nothing but go sideways today. All right, nothing too massive. We are still in a short downtrend of lower lows and lower highs. So ideally, if we do end up making a lower high here at approximately the 64% resistance, I would expect this metric to drop anywhere from 61.5% to 61%. Which would be very, very, very good for altcoins at this point in time, but still far too early to tell, again, after this massive breakdown that we just experienced. So tentatively good. Altcoin buyers, this is altcoin price performance relative to Bitcoin. We did see this metric chug up about a little bit more than 0.5% now. So again, tentatively looking good, a little bit of a deviation below support here, holding the 200 SMA, which is not yet turned to the upside. All right. We did, of course, run into very strong resistance here. We had a strong sell signal for altcoins here. This is actually when I sold half of all my altcoins this cycle, and then we had a strong buy signal here on December 20th where we had a couple of quite a bit of upside in altcoins, but we have now since pulled back. No strong signals either way, not oversold, not overbought. We're just kind of in the middle of the range, so expect chop, ladies and gentlemen. But again, this is pretty good because we do see altcoin buyers tentatively step in. If we are again to rally to the upside, I expect this metric to hit this level right here of about 4.12 million. The number doesn't really matter. It's just there for a reference point. Getting to Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, we have that bullish 5-minute, 30-minute trend, bearish 1-hour and 4-hour trend, bullish 1 daily and bullish weekly trend. Starting off on the weekly time frame, just compounding on what we talked about earlier, of course, we have noticed and we have analyzed exactly, I don't know why all these little white marks are on the chart. They are very... I don't like it. I like a nice clean chart. The weekly time frame, we do have, of course, volatility turning to the downside. We do, of course, weekly RSI just recovering from being overbought, and weekly momentum is now turning to the downside. We have, of course, analyzed how the Fed's monetary policy has heavily influenced Bitcoin's plays, Bitcoin's rallies throughout its history, particularly since the launch of the ETFs in January of 2024. So following that, we had the Fed pull back on interest rates, which led to the rally up until the market top. Local top, excuse me, in March through September of 2024, kind of kicked off by the Fed giving no clear timeline on rate cuts. So that same kind of hawkish stance that we got just recently from the Fed. Then following the Fed's first rate cut in September, we rallied until the Fed's hawkish pivot in the December FOMC meeting. We, of course, do have another FOMC coming up in just about 3 weeks, but it is unlikely that the Fed will be pivoting. So again, my thesis still remains that largely we likely rally into Trump's inauguration, but following that point between 105 and 108,000, we do probably face some pretty significant headwinds, especially if Jerome Powell comes out and is quite hawkish, because we have just tightening global liquidity. Bitcoin has been following that on about a 6-week lag. So global liquidity has been plummeting over the last 6 weeks. So here we go. And these are concerning weekly candles, basically where we've only rallied into the beginning of the week and then sold off. I still expect another week or two of upside, though, following this. Daily time frame. We are, of course, kind of consolidating in a wedge formation. Price came down, double bottomed here. Really, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a Cinco bottom on the daily time frame. But so far, support has held. We have seen strong buyers come in. Just using this chart, we could expect a rise to about 101,000. So approximately kind of the same high that we saw previously. But likely, we do experience a higher high moving into Trump's inauguration. 105 to 108,000 would kind of be the area that I'm predicting for Bitcoin's price. We do have daily momentum turning back up to the upside as well as we get back. And as we notice here on the RSI, basically this slight channel between about 50% and 45%, give or take, maybe 40% if you want to be a little bit more generous, has basically been where we've turned around in Bitcoin's price the last 3 times. And with daily momentum turning back to the upside, I kind of like this area of the market. This is exactly what I said in yesterday's alpha report. I said build longs. And there we be. I, of course, am open when we do look closely at the volume profile. Just let it recalculate here. I do see, of course, it's kind of hard to see it here, but there is a little bit of a liquidity void around 88 and 90,000. So I am still open to, here we zoom out, you can see those liquidity voids right there at about 88,900 and then approximately at 90,200, which is right at December's low, where we see right here. So I'm still open to us kind of wicking down and grabbing liquidity. Now that we've had such a strong buyback, that's probably less likely, but I still want to be open to that. So just be cautious out there, guys. Again, lowered liquidity. We have lowest Bitcoin balance on exchanges that we've seen since 2019, and that just means we're gonna have wild price swings because there's just not a lot of resting liquidity to absorb market orders. So just be cautious out there, guys. But overall, we are at the bottom of the daily support EMAs, and a bounce from here is quite likely, as we have seen. 4-hour time frame. Again, 4-hour RSI is almost back above the 50th percentile into the bullish control zone. Daily volatility is turning up here as well. Again, we have a nice, strong kind of V-shaped bottom here. We could put in an Adam and Eve potentially, where we go back down, retest, and have a more rounded bottom, and then we'd be looking for a breakout of 95,000 to really push us up back above 100,000, but which probably is more likely than not. That's exactly the kind, you can see this is exactly the reversal pattern that we had here, right? And then we got that breakout here of about 98,000, and that took us all the way up to 102, where we got swatted down all the way back down here. Now, will we now do another Adam and Eve pattern, but that's just kind of a smaller one? Definitely possible. So I think there's still possibility to stack longs on the way down. Other than that, do I see anything important? We do have the 4-hour point of control directly above us at about 96,594. And we, of course, see our 4-hour EMAs acting as, or a medium-term EMAs acting as resistance right now. Got the 4-hour 200 SMA at about 97,881, which is kind of been acting as resistance. So still quite a bit room left to go for resistance. This would kind of be our negative kind of short-term area to get swatted down, though, unfortunately. But I think we hold the lows on any kind of pullback here. On the hourly time frame, do you see this? Can you dig it? This right here was the most hourly up candle since 2017, I do believe. It's 2017 or 2019. I'm just regurgitating the headline that I saw earlier, but very impressive price action. And kind of the way I'm viewing this price action is, you know, we saw, I heard chatter of basically that some bot on Bitfinex, some Bitfinex whale bot, started buying, but only below like 91,000. And then price just absolutely sent. Look at all these consecutive hourly candles. That's crazy. But then it's like we got here to previous resistance, clapped back down, and I think we just grabbed liquidity. I really do think the market does want to send it, is overall my opinion. So I mean, I've been long. I mean, I was long here, underwater here. I'm still like back at break even now, but it is what it is. On the hourly time frame, hold on. Was there anything I wanted to talk about here? Yeah, so basically we can see this liquidity void at about 95,000, 96,000 right here, 95,900, 96,000. And that's basically where price reached. That's a void in liquidity. I would have been expecting to see a wick up here, just kind of like we saw here. But key level to hold right now for the uptrend momentum is 93,778. That's where our point of control is. This is where everybody positioned. You can see price dumped right back down to that point of control, grabbing some liquidity before pushing back up. So overall, I like this. This looks pretty good. There is a void in liquidity at 92,943. But if price is going to continue to move up, there's no reason to come back down and grab this liquidity, really. 30-minute time frame. has regained the 30-minute bullish trend. Price is pulling back to not only retest the 30-minute bullish trend, but also the 30-minute point of control at approximately 94,312. So not a bad area to enter with tight invalidation. I would probably, if you're entering here, I would probably be setting my stop loss somewhere around 93,935, or waiting until you actually see like a bullish 30-minute candle and then entering on momentum. And then you could be setting your stop loss below the current lows. Either way is pretty good. 30-minute 200 SMA is sitting up here at about 96,013. 5-minute time frame. I mean, it's just pretty wild, man. Like grinding up into the value area high. Today was just such a crazy trading day. But, you know, just look how brutal this is, right? You know, like, let's say, you know, because this is what? Okay, so this is 6 a.m., right? Right here where I'm at. This is 6 a.m. So price pumped from like last night, daily close, 6 p.m., you know, all the way up until about 6 a.m. this morning, right? And so let's say you're an American, you're just getting to the charts this morning at 6 a.m. and you're like, oh man, look at this uptrend. Like, I'm going to buy support. I'm going to buy support. I'm going to buy some. Just, there's no love, man. There is no love out here. Oh, it is so brutal. All right. But yeah, just 2 drives down. Basically kind of forming a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders here, driving down into the value area low before blasting back up into the value area high. So price is pulling back down now to the 5-minute 200 SMA. Still a bullish trend, but that could flip very, very quickly. We are still above VWAP, so we shall see what direction overall price wants to go within the next like 12 hours. Again, big picture, all right? Pretty sure by the time of Trunk's inauguration, we're up here. I am prepared, though, for... As I said, I kind of pointed out a couple scenarios that I see playing out, like I said, is maybe an Adam and Eve rounded bottom, and then we'd be looking at a breakout of about 96,000, probably pushing us higher. Scenario 2 is obviously a 4-hour rejection, continuing on and prolonging the bearish trend, moving down to like 90,000, 88,000. But again, like I have been pretty consistent, even though I'm pretty cautious about where we go from January to March, May, I'm pretty solid on not really being worried about a massive breakdown right now at this point in price. Not until Trump's inauguration. That's about it. That's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Electric Buddha says, what's up, bro? Have you seen the DeFi play on Sonic Whale that just broke 2 million market cap? I have not, but I did get into Yoko. Yeah, I dropped like $1,000 in Yoko. Because I set that alert at 10 million. Yeah, I set the alert like right here. I set the alert at 10 million. I bought, and then it dropped to like 6.37. But now we're back up at 12. So like pretty good times. But I did go ahead and I just went all in on Anon. I think I got in, yeah, right here, 140 million, about 141 million market cap. I just went, this is my largest position right now. This is my largest altcoin holding is Anon. I realized that I'm probably, and I said this obviously to my group, I realized that I'm probably going to have to sit through like a 50 to 80% correction at some point in time, because, you know, it's just how it is. So, but I don't really want to fumble the bag. So this is my $1 billion market cap play. So we'll just chill. We shall just chill. Probably the most painful thing that I'm holding obviously is Sola AI. I'm down like $1,500 on this bad boy. Yeah. But it's interesting. What I'm trying to do, it's fine. This is just taxes. This could go to 20 million. It'd be fine. But I have this interesting strategy where I'm paying attention to new launches coming out of the Solana AI hackathon, tracking Goat Index AI. But what I'm now starting to realize, Sola was the first one I traded. But if we take a look at things like Lenda, which just launched, and is at the top of the mind share. So Sola AI was, it's not even on here now. Yeah, it's right here at 2%. But it was like the biggest one 2 days ago when I first bought Sola. But Lenda and Colin, if we kind of look at these launches, right? We take a look at Lenda. Same thing, right? Solana AI hackathon launch, immediate pump, and then just selling off brutally. Like pump, launched at what? Let's go down to the 1 minute chart. Yeah, launched at 2 million, ran up to 6, and now sold off to 1.1 million. So it's interesting because if you go to like Nansen AI, hey, what's going on, Shilly TV over on Rumble? What's interesting is if you go to Nansen AI, all of these projects, Lenda, Sola AI, which is another reason, all of them we're tracking huge smart money wallet inflows. But here's the thing. Specifically, if you look at Sola, I think there was, and what I also like about Sola is that the top, like this has all the room to pump. The top 100 are down 1.21% on this. The top 100 are selling at about a loss of about 30%, and they hold 51% of the supply. So what's the word I'm looking for here? So what I think happened is a lot of smart money flowed into Sola at the initial launch on this wick up to 50 million. Well, that's just never mind, that doesn't matter. But this movement up here to about 21 million, which was the initial pump. So I want to see if the strategy is either fade the initial launch, buy cheap. So basically I'm just watching to see if Sola pumps to like 20, 30, 40 million market cap. Because the dev is a 4-time Solana hackathon winner. So I like the project. It's like the idea is stupid, but it's not stupid. It's just one of those things that like people like. Anywho, enough about that. Guys, what we've been live for? We've only been live for 21 minutes. My dear Lord. Okay. All right. Fine. Let's go ahead and run through the rest of the skibbity-doo. Jordan Stotts, selling crypto and buying water rights. What are you trying to be like? What's that dude's name? What was the name of the investor from The Big Short who it says now only trades water? Come on, Grok. This wasn't a hard one, dude. This one was easy. Don't make me go get ChatGPT, bro. Michael Burry. What are you trying to be, Michael Burry, man? Oh, I see. Yeah, man. That's all the timeline is. Like, it's so brutal over there, man. Yeah, man. My heart goes out to a lot of people. There, I have most of my friends had moved away from California. You know, like 3 years ago, I had a lot of friends in California, but most of them have moved away from California. But my heart goes out to the people who are struggling, man. I thought I was in LA for school. No. Nope. I'm in Iowa for life, baby. All right. All right. Ethereum on the weekly time frame at weekly support. On the daily has deviated below our daily EMA bands, slightly above the daily 200 SMA where we did find support previously. 4-hour time frame is showing bullish divergence and a higher low. Still need to really break above 3,420 to regain that bullish trend. Right now we're just kind of in a tactical area, so this is not up only. If you want to be contrarian here, I think that's good. I think that's the way we do need to be trading. You don't need to be my strategy, and the strategy I'm recommending moving forward, is to just get this idea of, you know, buying low and holding till the next cycle high, like, out of your head, because things are a little unclear. What you need to be is like actually structuring tactical trades, right? So, okay, 4 hours oversold. That's a pretty good time to buy. Or the 4 hour is oversold, and then we see bullish divergence and you see a big volume spike. All right, well, that's a pretty good time to go in with good risk management and set a realistic profit target, right? Like maybe even not, don't expect it to break resistance, just expect it to return to the EMAs. Like those are good, solid day in, day out trades that you guys can find. Yeah, Cali's in a super bad spot. Feels like Hawaii, feels like Puerto Rico, feels like Haiti. It's bad, man. Let's see here. Ethereum on the 1 hour time frame is coiling quite a bit. We do see pretty strong support in this $3,200 area. Still need, like I said, a breakout on the hourly time frame, probably above 3340, which would correspond to the 4-hour point of control right now. If we get that, we might be optimistically looking for a push to 35.60 right now. Solana, still, you know, high or low on the weekly, guys. All right. Daily is at a strong area of support, slightly above the 200 SMA. The 4-hour is showing bullish divergence and kind of some accumulation going on right here. Still need to break above $200 to regain the 4-hour bullish trend. But on the hourly, you could potentially consider going in, oh, well, about 197. Or you could get maybe a little bit more enthusiastic above 192 and maybe try to take that trade up to 206. XRP, I do have a large position right now, full disclosure. I do like the weekly doji candle. I like the daily. I think the strong support at $2. Price looks like it is preparing to break above that $2.40 descending resistance line, at which point we probably full send on XRP. 4-hour time frame. We are trading above the point of control, so just kind of oscillating around that $2.30 mark with strong support, like I said, at about 220 and resistance at about 240, which kind of looks like we're about to break on the daily time frame. So I got kind of all in on XRP, ladies and gentlemen. Not all in, but it's my second largest position right now, or third or fourth. No, it's Anon, Stacks, Ethereum. It's my fourth largest position. Dogecoin at weekly support, slightly above strong support on the daily time frame at 31 cents. Swatted down from resistance at 40 cents. 4 hours showing momentum turning up back up to the upside after bouncing off the 4-hour point of control at 31.8 cents. Do need to get above 34.5 cents, 34.8 cents. For the bullish trend, for the 4-hour trend to return, but the 1 hour is looking quite positive. Bounce off that strong support, high or low, pulling back. Looks like the hourly is going to get pretty bullish if we can break above 33.8 cents. So I quite like it. I'm pretty optimistic here, guys. Thank you, Shilly TV. Appreciate you, man. Let's see here. Things I'm watching, ladies and gentlemen. Sonic VM. All right, on Solana. Looks like we might have been stabilized around 75 cents. Bottom might be in. This is a fresh launch, a lot of hype. So again, what have we been seeing? This is kind of why there's some negativity around AI. You know, it seems like just everybody basically... It seems like everybody knew about AI and AI agents a month ago, but just within the last 2 weeks, now everybody's like scrambling to get in. So what of course has happened? Like we've had some pretty big pullbacks, all right? But it seems like things are starting to stabilize. And like I said, I'm starting to notice this pattern where new projects, which typically if something is in a hype cycle, which AI agents are, you just ape new launches. But what we're seeing is a lot of these highly launched, highly hyped new launches are getting completely faded right out of the gate. So what I am watching for, that's why I'm saying this is in motion. I'm trying to develop my strategy as we go, right? I got a couple different strategies that I've shared with you guys. Go over to gotoindex.ai. These are all the projects that are being tracked that came out of the Solana AI hackathon. You can sort by projects that don't have a token yet, all right? So one I'm looking at right now, they've got a launching soon category. Look at this one called Flame. All right, it's got 1.56% of mind share, over 25,000 followers on X, and they have not launched a token, and they're launching soon. So you can go to their X, follow them, you can set an alert. If you're even like super smart, then you could write some code that would scrape their X and wait for any tweet that has, see, that says no token yet, next week going to be huge. So they're clearly launching a token next week. So you could write some code, some simple code. Fuck, Grok could probably do it for me. Let's see. How could I easily automate the following task? 1, scrape a particular X account for any tweet containing a Solana contract address. 2, automatically buy that token with my Sol wallet. Please and thank you. All right, boom. Subscribe to the basic tier. I think that's kind of expensive. How much is the Twitter API basic tier? I think it's like $250 or $500 a month. Oh, it's only $100 per month. Okay. All right, and then yeah, you can use a regex pattern. So use Python. You can use the library Tweepy for API interactions and RE for regex operations. And then you'll need to integrate with a Solana wallet API, use a library like Solana Pi. You'll need your wallet's private key. Once you identified the contract address, yeah, can you like write me the Python code for all this? Bam, here you go. So if you're a nerd and you want to make money, right? Go get Python, right? Go play around. Like, I know if you guys don't do it, this is like literally, I want to show you guys what I did all day. All right. This is what I did for like the first 2 hours of my day. I'm working on upgrading my Mink strategy. Okay. So this is what I did. I rewrote this. I just completely rewrote my Mink strategy. Okay. This is kind of what it looks like on the bottom because I'm setting it to be a fully automated strategy running on the 1 minute time frame. The problem is TradingView doesn't really like advanced position sizing strategies. That's kind of where I currently, like, I hit a block and then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to actually like work and write. But, you know, all this stuff is intimidating. It's intimidating if you've never done it before. But if you just get started, and now that you have Grok and ChatGPT, like, you can really, like, if you just put, you know, 15, 20 minutes a day into it, like, hey, how do I write a simple script? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? How do I do that? You know, I mean, anybody can do this stuff, man. It's really not complicated, man. You know? So anyways, that's a little bit of alpha for you guys. Watch these projects, particularly the ones that are going to be launching soon, and particularly the ones with a lot of followers. You know, ape their token right out of the gate. Or, like I said, kind of that's the strategy that I'm currently operating on. But I did that with Sol, and I'm down 47%. All right. So I still think this is going to pump. But what I'm interested to see is if that is a consistent trend. Are the new launches just going to be faded right out of the gate? So the strategy is not to ape them right away, but like wait for the pullback. We'll see. And you know, honestly, it'll probably be like mixed, right? Some tokens will probably launch right out of the gate and like do, you know, a 10x, and other ones are going to launch, like do a 2x, like within 30 seconds, pull back 80% and then rip, right? It is what it is. Overall, all the stuff that I've been advocating for you guys to be picking up on Solana is doing really well today. Pilzumi up 27%, Nothing up 26%, A16Z up 5%, Spore up 5%, Yes No Error up 28%, Agency up 25%. Redacted up 20, Neor up 28.4%, Cove up 34%, Quant up 50%, Tetsuo, which is kind of a new one, Citadel HF is up 8.3%. The only thing that's not up is the thing I have a large position in, which is Sola. Amazing, awesome, cool, fun. Thank you. It's been great. Not like trying to flex, but I shared this one with my private group last week. Banker Coin on base. This one's up like, I don't know. I shared it here at around 8.2 million market cap. It's at 20.7 now. Good stuff. The script that we were just talking about writing on X was to scrape a in particular, like specifically this project, Flame, right? They're launching their token next week according to their X. They have the biggest mind share and follower count from projects coming out of the Solana AI hackathon that have not yet launched a token, Flame. According to their X, they're launching a token next week. So the Python script was to connect to Twitter's API, monitor their X, basically grab any contract address that's posted, and then immediately buy that token through Radium with your Solana wallet. So easy stuff, man. Yeah, that's where the alpha is, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, we've still got a lot of work to do, but overall pretty good. I had it like, because this takes different take profits and like adjust stop losses, and everything was working really good, and then I fixed position sizing, and then that's not where it's just, this is coding, man. This is coding, but it's fine. strategy works really good if you do it manually. For example, let's just hide these for a little bit. And let's just bring Minx back so we can check in with the Minx strategy. See how we're doing on the 1 hour time frame. What are we doing? 200 emo? 200 hull. That's right. All right. Life's good. Okay. Why are we still showing? There we go. Finally. Ah, 3. Thank you very much. All right. Long signal here. Let's see. And then we can do Quadrigo. We want historical. Thank you very much. Okay. So Minx generated a long signal here. Take profit at 95,547. Cracked. Generated a long signal on this big candle. Take profit target of 97,708 with a stop loss at 93,549. So Minx is still long on BTC. Let's see here. Short. And then cracking that take profit. That's a stop loss. So obviously our take profit is a little smaller than that. Ethereum called for a long signal here. Take profit target of 33.54. And Solana. We can take that off. Take that off. Solana. Oh, sorry. Short signal, hit the take profit. Long signal, stop loss is at 184.45. Take profit is at 195.34, give or take. So overall, pretty good. Absolutely nailed all the shorts on the way down. Short. Same with Ethereum. Short. And Bitcoin. Short. I don't know why. What's going on here? Oh, plot continuation. Sorry. There we go. Pretty good stuff from the Minx strategy. Obviously, your daily reminder that bottom feeder daily has a 100% hit rate on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana for 2024. Let's see here. We can get rid of this. And we're not an aggressive pullback strategy area yet. So yeah, my aggressive pullback, lower time frame strategy is not firing off any signals. It's going to be a couple days probably, or a couple more pumps before we get there. Liquidations on Bitcoin, we've got some at 93,361 and then a bunch at 91,640. If this is a, well, no, this is started the pump. If this is a bottom though, these should be fine. 91,640. Otherwise, like I said, I am still bullish on Bitcoin's price. But if we start to get lower, I mean, I talked about this. We have to face the reality that, I mean, A, that I'm right, and we can stop hunt 90 and 88 without dropping out of the bottom. But you know, it is what it is. Trading is risk. Gotta take risks. Is there anything else I want to cover here? Let me get a drink. I guess now at this point we can go over. Oh, there we go. I guess now at this point we can go over today's crypto market update. So this is what I wrote today, and we'll go into a little bit more detail. We're going to start off with talking about Bitcoin balance on exchanges, and we're going to find that metric here. So currently in January 2025, we have the lowest balance of Bitcoin on exchanges we've seen since January of 2019, which was the bottom of the 2018-19 bear market. So you'll get that metric directly from Glassnode. So the current supply of Bitcoin on exchanges is 2.769 million Bitcoin, with Bitcoin currently trading at a price of, according to Glassnode, 92,423. So the last time we had a balance this low was, well, December 26th, 2018, January 2019, which was the absolute bottom of the market. Now, obviously, very different market cycle. Here we're near a, you know, potentially a local top. There we had been declining for a long period of time. Liquidity and the order books are thin when the exchange balance is very low. That's why we can see much wilder price swings. So this means price is subject not only to wild price swings, which is why being careful with leverage here is crucial, but it also sets up price for rapid price appreciation if a surge of fresh buying comes in, because there's just not a lot of, this is probably the easiest way to visualize it. All of you guys have a centralized exchange account, and when you go look at your centralized exchange account, you guys can go look at depth. All right. And this is what depth is. This is how thick are the order books, how much Bitcoin or USDT or whatever is sitting at each price point, All right. So this is a way to visualize. Market book depth is another word for it, but just, you know, what market depth is. So right now you can see this evolving very quickly. All right. So 94,007. This is basically liquidity all the way down to 94,766 all the way on the left, and liquidity all the way up to 94,887 on the right, with current price right in the middle. So we can see that they're, you know, stacking longs over here, right? All right. All of a sudden, oh, short-term liquidity just vanished. And when short-term liquidity vanishes, usually there was just a lot of price movement, right? Because there was liquidity builds up, and then it gets taken, right? So liquidity is getting built up. Let's go back over here. Liquidity is getting built up, and liquidity gets taken, right? Relatively large candle. The knife does cut both ways. It also means there's less buy-side liquidity to absorb market sell orders. But on the positive side, we analyze how this metric has helped predict Bitcoin's price movements, whether bullish or bearish. We notice that since 2019, prolonged periods of Bitcoin balance declining have led to bullish price action. And it's only once the balance on exchanges begins to rise again that it calls the euphoria phase of the market cycle, when prices increase rapidly. So if we go back and we look, we can actually see, all right, so the last time, again, like I said, we were this low. Bitcoin balance on exchanges had actually been rising, but it had been rising historically. This is now when we enter differences in Bitcoin balance on exchanges. So Bitcoin balance is rising, and then it begins declining. All right, notice how it hits a peak here and then it declines. Okay, and as it is declining, we're having this massive rally from 3,500 up to about 10,000. And it's only once the balance starts to creep back up that it starts to call the top. But as the balance creeps back up, we still have quite a bit of juice. We went from 7,000 or 8,000 to 10,000, which is a very large move. It's another 20% move in Bitcoin's price at that point in time. And so balance continues to rise throughout the entire decline. And then as balance starts depleting here, price starts going up. Okay. But notice here, we're most of the way through the move of the 2020-2021 market cycle, because we went from 6,600, and at the point when balance on exchanges pivoted from declining to rising, we were only at 17,000, and price still ran up to 56, 65,000, right? And so basically balance again declined, or basically went sideways, but then began declining into the bear market, and then it began rising, okay? And it's basically been declining ever since, as Bitcoin's price has risen rapidly. Now, there are, of course, other factors that might explain this, like, for example, a lot of volume going to, basically Bitcoin leaving essentially centralized liquidity. How do I describe this? Like, a lot of Bitcoin being pulled off of exchanges, but still having the volatility and the price response because of now the synthetic ETFs and futures, for example, where a lot of liquidity has been locked up. BlackRock and MicroStrategy are on track to be the largest holders of Bitcoin, MicroStrategy in particular. So that is one possible reason for that. But however, we still notice the historical pattern that this has shown over the years. All right. So overall, kind of summarizing that, Bitcoin balance on exchanges continues to drop. So if we have a fresh wave of buyers, I think price is going to increase rapidly. Secondly, long-term holder distribution of Bitcoin seems to have peaked and is currently declining, reaching peaks that we've seen in previous cycles. So to see this, we can go look at hold on a second. Charts. Where is it that I can see? Oh, wait. Here we go. And then we will take the supply ratio off. And we will go to 2016. There we go. Okay. Kind of hard to see with my big head in the way, but basically, there we go. This red metric spiking down is long-term holder distribution. This green metric, this is basically the ratio between long-term holder supply versus short-term holder supply. So when this metric spikes down, we know that long-term holders are distributing. So long-term holders have already reached a peak in their distribution, and this metric is turning back around to the upside, which is consistent. Let's just go look at previous times that's happened. So when that happened during the bull market of 2021, we see that we spiked. Bitcoin was at a price of 40,388, and then this metric started rolling around. We did experience a correction from 40,000 to 30,000. All right, so a 10% correction, and then price continued to rally from 40,000 to 61,000. Excuse me. Let's see here. This also spiked this low similarly in the 2017 cycle on August 3rd, 2017. Bitcoin was at a price of 4,128. We then did pull back from that price to approximately what? 3,000, 3,200? About a 25% decline. And then Bitcoin continued to rally to 20,000, 19,000. So here we are in 2024 or 2025, and on December 6th, 2024, long-term holder distribution peaked at a price of 99,945. That metric is now declining. We have pulled back in price. $15% from our highs. And as I've laid out, even if we do pull back 25% from our highs, going down to 80,000, 75,000, it would still set up the euphoria phase of the market cycle. I'm saying there's a chance. Profit bear out delivering the mail in the snow. Good man. Whether rain, nor shine, nor sleet, nor barking dogs, nor failing crypto assets, no liquidations are keeping us from getting that package to your mail. And I even teased that here. In 2024, this metric peaked on December 10th, which has seen Bitcoin's price pull back from 105,000 to 90,000. We then rallied to question mark. Notice it's a six-figure question mark in 2025. Here's to a frothy future. We already went over stablecoin dominance. Yeah, we went over all this. You guys can read my crypto market update on our website every single day, or subscribe and get it nicely delivered to your inbox every single day. We're going to go for about another 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Late stream. I'm not feeling the best. I apologize, but I just kind of want to go lay down. But we didn't do a stream yesterday, so it was important for me to get on here, keep you guys updated with everything that's going on. We are going to be doing, I'm working on it right now, but we are going to be doing the BideFi copy trading. So get prepared for that. Cryptonomics, the snow is everywhere, man. I'm looking at snow. You gotta get V-flow. I got a small case of the Mondays. I got a small case of the small child sickness. All right. Let's go to, oh yeah, I wanted to tell you about this as well. I found this on X earlier. This is AIagentToolkit.xyz. This is so far the best website that I found. If there's stuff that you don't know about, if you don't understand, like, what is game, what is Hurist, what is Ray, oh my god, what is Eliza OS, if you don't understand all of these things, this basically has everything organized so that you can understand what these different elements are in the AI meta, right? Who the people are, all right? What the infrastructure is, right? What the actual agents are, what tools are being used, what are the launch pads that these things are launching on, what is the map of all of these things, tutorials, right? Hackathons, all right? So you can see what projects are coming out of all of the hackathons. What are the actual apps that you can use, right? So just really, you know, and again, frameworks. So just fantastic stuff, man. Really, really good. You know, I highly recommend everybody who is even thinking about trading the AI narrative, go to this website and educate yourself, because you guys got to understand it's very PvP right now. This is a very PvP market. I'll post this here and I'll post this in Rumble. And the trades you take are up to you, man. You know, I don't care what show you're watching, what this show or any other show, you know, trading is you putting your capital on the line. All right. Let's see what's going on X. Obviously, we've just got, yeah, California burning. I don't even know if there's anything. I cannot stand Medius on. I don't know why. I mean, I don't block people on X. That's not what I do. No, quantum will not kill Bitcoin. We literally already have the I think the whales are manipulating the market. Somehow all the blue trash cans were spared. Oh man, this hits home. Every man's worst nightmare came true for me today. For years, I've accumulated all the cables I've ever had into a drawer. You know the drawer. After years of collecting dust, I finally convinced myself I could throw away my VGA cables. A few months later, I need a VGA cable. I am never going to financially recover from this. Oh, that's a good one. Let's see here. Yeah, so this, by the way, is the individual that's been causing a bit of a stir on X, because if you guys read my report yesterday, it was all about the I'll pull it up. Yesterday's report was, of course, all about the US government to dump 69,000 Bitcoin on the market. And so I went in here and I analyzed every single time that the US government has sold Bitcoin in the past. I even found the Bitcoin wallet in question, where, as we can see, there are 69,370 Bitcoin there, worth about $6.5 billion. This, it's not moved. This Bitcoin has not moved. All right. I'm glad. You lucky man, you. So we talked about, yes, the United States government has a history of selling Bitcoin, but they have never sold them on the open market. They've always auctioned them off, usually to individuals who desire to hold them long term, like Tim Draper, Riot Blockchain. All right. And the timing of this is just very, I find it very unlikely that this number is going to go down over the next 2 weeks. All right. Now, to be fair, the Department of Justice has cleared for this sale to happen, but they haven't been moved to Coinbase, which is typically what they do. But this individual, who goes by the name of Trading Axe on X, is saying, he's been making a ton of posts that basically this Bitcoin has already been sold. It was sold through a credit line facilitated through Coinbase. He's been calling out Brian Armstrong. I don't know if this is just I don't know if this dude's just LARPing for clout, but basically he's saying that that the Bitcoin is already sold. And then of course we have this stuff, the CFPB, basically looking to hold crypto wallet providers like Phantom, MetaMask, liable for on-chain fraud, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Nobody in crypto wants this. Nobody in crypto wants this. This is, I mean, I'm just so glad, like, you know, regardless of how you feel, I'm just so glad that I don't have to deal through another 4 years of financial protection. I'm just so glad. Meta shareholders proposed Bitcoin as a treasury asset. Market of Meta is 1.55 trillion. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg obviously completely flipping on security and privacy. Whatever, man. We'll let you back in. The LA DEI Fire Department is ready to serve. I feel very safe. You know, as a firefighter, I would feel very safe, very at ease. Yeah. Well, guys, that's about all I got for you. Oh, man. What could go wrong with running betting? Oh, can I can bet on the Palisades wildfire over on Polymarket? I mean, it feels bad, but I'm in. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me for another crypto market update. If you found value in today's show, highly appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, share this to your friends, your family, people you don't even like, and comment down below what you would like to see in Monday's episode. All right, we will be back on Monday, ladies and gentlemen, with all the alpha to keep you armed and dangerous in the cryptocurrency markets. Links down below for everything you could possibly need. Subscribe to the Alpha Report to stay armed and dangerous on a daily basis. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Be kind to one another, trade safely, and I will see you guys on Monday. Cheers out.